June the 12th, 2014. We're looking at the X-ray flux chart, the 5-minute data out of Boulder. Notice this last flare was a strong M, and I'll show it to you. Very strong, amazingly. But notice it did not go straight back down. That tells you that it lasted for a long period of time. Let's look at our EPAM electron charts from ACE also. Elevated electrons. See this? Continues to rise. We saw one spike as a wave came in, starting to spike back up. Latest images from LASCO C2 are facing. This is that long M flare, guys. Watch it here on the SDO. Notice there's more than one flare there, and there's a coronal mass ejection just before this long flare. Now we're getting right and left punches. From the left side of the sun, just when you think you got your attention there, you get jabbed in the right side. That's what we're dealing with here. Guys, we have 3 sunspot groups that are triple magnetically configured tonight. It's amazing to see this much activity. Check this out, stereo behind, latest images. Very powerful burst. Again, we saw the downward burst of the coronal mass ejection, then that long flare. We're dealing with 2 different events. It's coming from both sides of the sun. Let's go back to Earth-facing LASCO C2 images. Watch this. You'll see on the 10th, those are the X flares. Now watch this long M flare come off from the right again. Just when you're looking left, bam, to the right side, guys. That is powerful. That was the CME, and this is Earth-facing. There's actually more Earth-directed coronal mass ejection involved in this event than any of the X flares. We saw the protons and electrons flare up, but we're going to see plasma density. Now that changes the equation from feeding the volcanoes into feeding the quakes. Look at the 3 spots, 2087 to the left, now beta gamma delta. 2 on the right, beta gamma delta. X flare potential 30%. M flare, which we just saw, 70%. Guys, things are changing rapidly on the sun. We've watched them for a long time. This is one of the images of that long flare. Again, it took a while for that to come off. And even though it's not square in the middle of the sun, you see how clear you see it from these Earth-facing SDO images? Just like turning on a light bulb. If you see it right there, do you think it would eliminate you? Of course it would. Now, again, that last flare may change this ball game on the quakes because plasma density is different from the electrons and protons, which are charging and heating the Earth. That density is actually a physical shock wave. Guys, we'll be watching in the morning first thing. Heads up, be safe.